What influenced the power and role of these anti-corruption bodies in Croatia, in our region, or also other European countries? Is it the power given by the legislation, or as it seems sometimes that it is more about personalities leading them?
In Europe, we have, I would say, in this case, the two different approaches. Some of the countries are opt for agency for preventing of combating corruption, and some of the countries did not accept that approach, and they are rely, let's say, on a traditional public prosecutor, ombudsman, and all those kind of the stuff that are in the system already. When we are talking about the agency, it is very important that that agency must be independent and impartial, of course. And of course, it is necessary to establish the jurisdiction or the frame that an agency will deal with. In some countries, they are dealing with all public sector. In some countries, they are not. Therefore, I think you mentioned both things that are necessary and that must be complementary. So it's not either one or the others. You need law where you can put, when you must put, that this agency must be independent. And then you have credible people who will work with that and who will be, let's say, brave enough to deal with all the obstacles they can encounter when they are fighting corruption, regardless whether it is prevention or whether it is something that is already in the process. And of course, when we are talking about that, there are NGOs as well, because their participation in the society is also very important. And it is, it would be actually perfect, but I'm not sure that it's possible to achieve that NGO, media, and agency, and the government are doing together, in the same goal. Of course, they will all proclaim that they have a same goal, but as I told you before, the problem are more often people than the black letter law.
And what do you think about these anti-corruption bodies? Usually, or almost all of them have their action plans. Do you think it would be necessary, taking into account the importance of the media for democracy, and at the same time the media being instrument through which many corruption networks work, to have in those action plans reporting media finances or transfers between media and state or public institutions as a regular exercise?
I think that all public funds, the spending of the public funds must be transparent in either way. So this is the question of the country, how they will deal with that. But if we will have what we want to say, very popular, to say taxpayers' money, it must be obvious, it must be transparent, and everybody must be in position to be able to see where is the flow of the money. And in that respect, of course, it's very relevant, the media issue as well, because there is a lot of money in the media. And this part of the media work should also be transparent, because with transparency you are gaining the credibility. Without transparency, everybody could have some kind of the allegations of the doubts or whatever. But when you have everything transparent, then you can have all the data on the table, and then you can see whether there is something fishy or not.